Well, it's 10 years today since East Timor broke away from Indonesia and gained formal independence. The World Bank says the country has made impressive progress. Its child mortality rate has halved in the last 10 years and there have been strong gains in health and education. However, around 40% of its people are still living in poverty. Danielle Parry is an ABC reporter who's taken time off to work for the Red Cross in East Timor. 10 years ago, she covered the country's move to independence as a journalist, and she joins us now on the phone from Dili. Good morning, Danielle. Thank you for joining us. Clearly a significant day for East Timor. How are the people celebrating this milestone, 10 years of independence?
Good morning. Yes, I think it's a very proud day for a lot of Timorese people. I was at the independence celebrations last night. At midnight, the new president, Ruak, was sworn in front of several thousand people in East Timor. It was a huge event, and there were many VIPs all lined up to witness it happening before them. There was a huge concert with many hundreds of, possibly thousands of people celebrating. It was a huge fireworks display, and there'll be a special flag-raising ceremony later today as well. So it's a huge event, and I think people are sort of using it as an opportunity to think about how far they've come and also the challenges that still lie ahead.
Danielle, have fresh allegations about corruption in the political party led by the Prime Minister, Janana Gusmao, actually cast a shadow over these celebrations?
Oh, look, I couldn't really comment on that, but look, Timor has obviously experienced a challenging history at times and faces some significant development challenges. And I think one of the big strengths of the people here is that they've demonstrated a huge capacity for forgiveness, and they have a willingness to look to the future, and that's what they've been focused on this weekend, as far as I can see. I was speaking to some of my colleagues, and they certainly were saying that what they were looking forward to this weekend was seeing everybody happily together at the celebrations for independence and working together for their country's future.
Well, Danielle, you have seen East Timor back in 2002 when independence was declared, and of course you're there again today, 10 years later. How much progress, in your view, has been made in the country over that time?
Oh, look, I think there's been enormous progress. As you mentioned earlier, the child mortality rate has halved since the country won independence. There's certainly a lot of infrastructure around that wasn't here 10 years ago. I remember when I was here before, there was a lot of rubble around, and buildings with bullet holes were everywhere around the centre of Dili. But it's now a bustling centre, and in fact the country's first big shopping mall opened a few months ago and is now catering for a new growing middle class. Electricity's now been rolled out to almost the entire country, and schools are now up and running and are starting to teach the country's new official language, Portuguese. So there are many things that have improved. Organisations like the Red Cross have given many communities access to clean water and toilets for the first time. And one of my colleagues was also talking to me about how people appreciate the freedom that they now have to talk to each other and move around, something they wouldn't have imagined was possible 20 years ago.